If you hate your messy cords, you can make yourself one of these. It is a cord keeper, and I'm going to show you how to sew it. It takes your cord from looking like this. Now my cord is all tidy like this. This is what our cord keeper looks like, and I'm going to show you how to sew on Velcro. It's very easy. Don't be daunted or shy away from it. It's very, very easy. So let's see what we need to make this cord keeper with Velcro attached. For the cord keeper, I have cut 2 pieces of fabric 6 inches by 3 inches. One is the interior, one is the exterior. For the cord keeper, because we are using Velcro, we want some sort of stability on that cotton. So I am going to use a medium weight fusible on one side, interfacing. This is going to help to provide a little bit of stability for that Velcro when we sew it on, and also when we are opening and closing our cord keeper, it just helps to stop that from like creating any holes or anything like that. It just makes the fabric a little bit more stronger. So first of all, we're going to take our fabric sections and we are going to adhere this interfacing to the wrong side of the fabric. Now the wrong side of the fabric is the side that hasn't got a print on. So this is the right side and this is the wrong side. So we're going to adhere that to the manufacturer's instructions, because different interfacing has different instructions to adhere that fusible onto the back. So just read that and adhere. I would find your center just by folding this over in half and then just pinching it down and then open it up, and then you're going to find a crease mark, or you can mark a line, it's up to you. Before we do that, I do want a curve on my cord keeper because I don't like these sharp edges. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it in half again, and I'm just going to create a curve. There we go. And then I'm just going to cut the curve in as it is folded. Like I said, with it still folded, I'm just going to cut around this curve. And then when you open it out, it has a curved top. Now, to match that curve up, I'm going to fold this over in half. And I'm going to keep that stuck down. You can grab some wonder clips if you like. Make sure it's straight. And I'm going to follow this curve around here so everything is symmetrical. There we go. And now you can use this as a template to mark the internal of your other side of your cord keeper. This is my other side. And if we can line everybody up, and then put that down, pin or wonder clip everything into place, and just cut around these corners here so the top, the internal section of your cord keeper matches the external. At this point, you need to determine which side is your internal and which side is your external. They're basically going to look like this when they are sewn together. And you're going to need to fold that cord keeper over in order to keep that cord nice and tidy. So my interior to the inside of my fabric is going to be this spotted polka dot one. So we're going to work with this one and put the other one to one side a second. So this is the interior fabric. We want to find the center of our interior fabric for our cord keeper, and we're just going to finger press that down to create a crease. And then when you open it up, I'm just going to mark 2 lines, so one at the top here and one at the bottom. I'm using a pencil. You can use a friction pen or anything just to mark this. I wouldn't use a pencil because it's going to be permanent. So I've just marked them center lines. Now, with your hook and loop, you have a furry side, which is the loop, and you have the firmer side, which is the hook. I like to call it the furry side, it's just funny. So basically, you don't want that Velcro piece to be right there on the edge like that, because we still need to sew around this project with 1/4 of an inch. I recommend that you come in about 3/4 of an inch, so then you are clearly away from when you sew this up. So we're going to mark 3/4 of an inch away from this center here. I like to use my cutting mat because it has reference guides, and I know that 1, 2, 3 of these dots here is 3/4. I'm going to put it over here so I can see my center. Now, like I said, you may not want to use pencil. I'm just doing this so you can see my markings. So I'm going to mark 3/4 of an inch there. And then this is going to be my placement guide for my Velcro when I place this on. And to find the center of your Velcro, you can just fold it over and then place it there, and then hold it into place with a pin or whatever you would like to hold it in place with. I mean, you're not going to be able to do it with a wonder clip because it won't be long enough, so it will have to be a pin just to keep that Velcro into place. Now I'm going to sew this into place first, so if it does move on me while I'm sewing, when I'm doing my second placement for my other piece of Velcro, I'm just going to fold it over and make sure that I can get it matching exactly. I am currently a Babylog educator. I am not paid or sponsored to create this video. I sew using the Babylog Soprano. In the top thread, I use a polyester Gutterman white thread. In my bobbin area, I will use a white thread also, and a 9014 Microtex needle in my sewing machine. And these are the settings that I will be using for this project. So I've turned my pivot key on, and what that does is every time I press on the accelerator, my presser foot will automatically raise. So I don't have to keep going to the back of the machine, raising and lowering this presser foot. So it makes it kind of hands-free sewing when I'm doing projects like this. I have no problems at all sewing Velcro with my regular foot. I don't change the tension, nothing. I sew exactly how it is, how I've shown the setups to be. So I am going to reduce my speed for a start because I have a habit of like sewing very fast. Reverse over them stitches and then go forward. It's going a little bit too slow for me. Just before we come to the end, and as you can see, that automatically raised up, that allows me to pivot really easily. And I am going to sew down, then sew across, and then sew across again. Now you kind of want to do a kiss in your Velcro, so you're going to go diagonally across because it helps just to keep that Velcro on a lot more secure. I'm going to go across, and then pivot and go back down the same line that you went through, and I'll show you this once we come to the end. And I'm going to go across again. And then when you come to the end of this stitch, you want to reverse over it and then take it off the machine. So can you see what I've done here? We've done this crisscross, and it just helps to give it a bit more stability when you're opening and closing this cord keeper. So now we want to do the other side. So I'm going to mark that 3/4 of an inch again, and then I'm going to check it with this to make sure that it matches up with the other side when we close it. Another way of getting this perfect is lining the bottom edge of this Velcro here to one of your sections of your cutting match. And as you can see, I eyeballed this and I'm a little bit away. So I'm just going to push this down. And now this is parallel with the other side. So this is the loop side. I've not changed the tension on it. I've not changed anything. I am just going to start sewing. And my Baby Lock Soprano has absolutely no problem with this. So I'm going to keep going. That pivot key will automatically raise so I can just turn it round. So, turn it round. So, turn it round and so. And then you're just going to do them kisses on the Velcro just to secure everything. And then reverse. And there we go, we have both sections of our cord keeper attached, and then when we fold it over, it's perfect. So now what we have to do is get the other section of our cord keeper. I'm going to place everybody right sides together. Now, pin this into place or grip it into place with wonder clips so it doesn't shift on you. Once we have everything gripped into place so it's secure, I'm going to mark right here 2 inches of an opening. So this 2 inches of an opening is going to help us turn this project right side out. You're going to need about that because you want to pull it through. Don't leave like a 1 inch because it's going to be a bit fiddly. So you're going to sew all the way around here 1/4 of an inch and you're going to stop. So you start here and stop here. However, you need to remember that. If you need to put a couple of wonder clips there or some pins there or even just these markings just so you remember, because you don't want to shut this down. I have placed my 1/4 of an inch foot with guide onto my Baby Lock Soprano. This helps me to keep my 1/4 of an inch while I'm sewing. Remember the markings, so I'm going to start here and sew all the way around 1/4 of an inch. Just remember to lock your stitches in so when you turn this right side out, the stitches don't start to open. So the pivot key is going to come in handy on this curve because when I start, I can just start turning into that curve. I'm going all the way around my pouch. So I'm going to get this sewed up and I'll meet you when I have sewed it all up. So I have quite a lot of bulk around here and I want to ease that off. So I am going to cut around. Another thing I'm going to recommend is on curves, you kind of want to cut into them. It helps to ease the fabric on a curve so it looks nicer once it's turned out. So I'm going to do that all on each 4 of the curves. Just be very careful not to cut into your stitches because you have to go back to your sewing machine, I'm afraid, and you're going to have to sew it again. So don't do that. Once you have eased them curves, you are going to turn everything right sides out. Once it's been turned out, you're going to want to take this over to your iron and press. You're going to have this opening here. Just fold it in and get it nicer lined up with the other sides is going to settle down once you press it. And also you're going to press it on the external side, not on the side where the Velcro is. And if you need to ease anything else more through, just grab hold of a chopstick or some sort of a seam turner and just get into that hole there and just ease them out. Once it's all nicely pressed, take it back over to your sewing machine and you are going to top stitch all the way around here. Just not even at a quarter of an inch, just about a scant quart, which is a little bit shorter than a quarter. That rhymes. And it's going to stitch all of that closed. So the most common thing that happens when you do this is this happens. And that has happened because, like I said, you haven't lined it quite up perfectly with the other side. So it doesn't look as good as this side because we didn't line this up properly. So I just wanted to show that. So the next time you do it, or you can unpick it, just make sure that you push these parallel and it would look a lot more tidier. Now my messy cable is going to have a nice organizer. And there you go. That is a cord keeper. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial. Please subscribe to my channel. I have over 500 videos. They are on sewing and quilting. Don't forget to comment down below. Let me know if you're going to make this. And press that like button. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.